Ho, ho, ho.
It's Christmas.
Hello, Fun Fam. It's the holiday season, and you know what that means?
It's the time to spread love and kindness and holiday cheer.
No. It means spooky time. It means time for some spooky stories. And this story just happens to be a true story, a true experience of my family. Boy, are you about to go for a ride. Okay, so it all started one dark and spooky night. My brother and my sister, we'll call them Feather and Boo Boo. My brother makes music. He was producing a new song and he was showing my sister. You know, they were rocking out, they were boogieing, they were dancing, they were having a grand old time. All of a sudden, they hear something that didn't sound like it was part of the music. My brother was like, I don't think I put that funky noise in here. Like, let's turn it down a little bit and listen. Then they heard this wail, this awful, monstrous noise, this groaning noise. Yes, they heard what sounded like a man groaning, in pain maybe, perhaps? Who knows? So they heard that groaning noise right outside his window. As soon as they heard that noise, they dropped to the ground. They were freaking out. They didn't know what to do. Together, they army crawl all the way to my mother's room, where she was nicely and quietly sleeping. Not for long. They shake my mother. They quake my mother. Mother, wake up. My brother and my sister were like, Mother, you know, someone's trying to take our goods, perhaps even more than that, maybe our livelihood. I had a dog. Now this is the most beastly, creepy Heinz 57 dog you've ever seen in your life. So he was a beefy boy. He looks like he was bench pressing every day, never skipped leg day, had like these massive muscles, always drinking protein shakes. He did not like other people. He had a beef with my uncle because one time he tried to go up to him, maybe sniff him, maybe bite him a little bit, not too much, you know. Anyway, my uncle didn't like that, I guess, and he kind of like hit him away with his staff. Now that's on him. Anything that happened to that man after he started this beef with my dog is all on him. You best behave. Once my beefy big dog heard this groaning noise, man, woman, child, who knows yet, he had to go investigate. And then he was barking, barking, barking. They heard Bambino slowly coming from the front of the yard, following whoever it was barking the whole time along to the back. Now, my mother's room is on the back wall. She has a window. And then as they were telling my mom, listen, there's something outside, they hear the groaning noise and my dog at that window. They get freaked out and then it starts to move to the very back of the house where there's a door, a back porch. And all of a sudden, the dog, Bambino, buff baby boy, stops barking. Did he, you know, perhaps they're freaking out because they're like, that's our only protection. Buff baby boy's my only protection. What do we do? All I have is, you know, this guy over here who went to his mom for protection. My mom's like, that's it. Calling the cops. Hello? Cops? Yeah, there is something, I think a man outside my house groaning like crazy, like maybe he has a chicken liver stuck in his throat. I don't know. Cops say, excuse me, what? Okay, where are you located? Yeah, it's basically 5 minutes away from the police station. Well, that's in another county. So you're gonna have to call the cops that are about 30 minutes away. You don't got the resources, but you have like 5 cop cars sitting out there at all times. Yeah, well, you know, call the other county over. Hung up on my mother. My mother's like, okay, my mom hangs up the phone. She calls the other county. She says, hey, Cops, I need you to come help us. Sure, we'll be there soon. They're waiting on the cops. My mom looks out the window and then she sees the cops. They're actually here. That's crazy. They actually showed up. And she's like, wait, no, they're going to the wrong house. Well, that's not gonna work. So she's like, I'm going outside and I'm gonna go wave those cops down and say, hey, great idea. So my brother's like, no, Mom, you can't go out there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Mom, don't do that. That's crazy. Mom, don't. My mom's like, well, I'm gonna do it. And my brother's like, well, don't worry, Mother, I'll protect you. So he grabs a bat and he treads in behind my mom. Yeah, he's gonna protect her behind my mom. They're walking, they walk outside. My mom's going crazy, you know, doing this, going crazy, going stupid. Go stupid. She was jumping up and down, screaming, yeah, hey guys, the perps over here, we need you to come like save us. So yeah, they didn't see her because it was pitch black outside and you couldn't see a random short, like 5-foot lady jumping up and down in the dark. But she tried and that's all that matters. My mother and brother, they looking up like, what are the cops doing up there? They're supposed to be down here saving our lives. So they look up there and they see like multiple police cars. And all of a sudden they see a very large man, very large. And he was bald. And he was wearing a poncho. Cool. They showed up at the neighbor's house, but didn't even bother to come down and check our house to see if it was the same person, if it's someone else. Like, okay, Judy's got priority over us. Okay, I see how it is. Cops come knocking on the door like, hey, we got him. They leave. Okay. So from what we gathered from the neighbors, that this man was harassing their house. Then he came to our house and he was harassing our house. Then he went back up to their house like he was lurking around. The cops said that he might have been like on something. Why was he groaning? We don't know. End of the story is Bambino comes out of nowhere. Where was he this whole time? I guess he was taking a nap. Yeah, I thought that was a wonderful, lovely, amazing holiday cheer story I tell you today. Don't forget to leave Santa cookies. Or he might send the groaner to your house.